What she do, she sits on that. She broods on that fertilization process. It is brooding. So when God brooded over the waters, he was fertilizing the earth. He was fertilizing the earth. Well, why does he have to fertilize what he created? That's a good question. I'm going to throw forward. So God made Adam, and he made the Garden of Eden. But where did he place the Garden of Eden? He placed it on the earth. That is the beginning that came from him, that he fertilized. So as he fertilized this place was paradise. This place was nice. No, I'm talking about Rolls Royce nice. It was nice. We can't imagine how beautiful this place was. We can, even when Ezekiel tried to describe God, it came out like mumbo jumbo, like a wheel inside of a wheel. There was flaming thrones. They had legs stiff like hooves, and they moved forward. They didn't bend as they go. So we can't even speak the goodness of God. We can only use our terminology to express. And even when we express how good God is, it is not enough. Nothing is to be compared to his goodness. Nothing is, you can own, that's a lot of the times, that's why we throw back to when we were either growing up or what we did, or we can compare it to something, because we cannot explain how good God is. We can only use terminology that we can understand, that we have the understanding of, to be able to explain how good God is. Because if you can see, the reason we can't understand, if you can understand God, then you can control him. You can never understand God. Never. That's why the Pharisees and Sadducees were so angry with Jesus, because they couldn't control him. They couldn't control the situation, because no matter what they tried to do, he would do better. He would come around and distort every religious activity that they were doing. He created the heaven and the earth. He created the throne and the footstool. The throne was perfect. The throne was immaculate. It was the earth that was without form and void. But he created a garden in Eden, and he sat Adam in it, and along with Eve. Now the footstool, when a king conquered another kingdom, they would parade them around, and the footstool would be the neck of the king, to show everyone, I conquered. So when he created the footstool, it was without form and void. However, he created the Eden. And he conquered that part. He says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. So when he created the light on the darkness, he conquered it. He divided the light from the darkness. He said, now you know my kingdom from their kingdom, so there is no reason to believe that this is a part of me. I'm making a separation from the beginning. So the Bible says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. we think that light magically appeared. So in this verse, it is the same Hebrew word used when Moses asked God. He said, "Who shall I say sent me?" And he said, "Haya, I am that I am." So the interpretation is not that God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He was saying, "I am light, so let light be." That he is light. Light always existed. Light always existed. Light was always here. When he was over the face of the water, the Bible says, as water answered face to face, he saw himself. And he said, "Hey, that looks good." Don't act like y'all haven't been in the mirror, and when y'all dressing sharp, you're like, "Hey, you look good." So God was the first to take a selfie. And he was saying, light is. Light hayas. Light always existed. See, we can only say from our vernacular the best to our ability. And it goes deeper than that. Don't get me wrong, but that's the basis of it. Light always existed. Light was hayah. So if he said to Moses, "I am that I am," and this is the same word that he was using, he was letting Moses know, "I am light. Whatever you can think of, I am it." That is the simplest form he could tell Moses, "I am that I am." Because if I had to sit here and explain to you who I am, you would die behind the conversation that we're having, because you cannot comprehend it. That's why it's so easy for people to make their own gods, to serve their own idols, because they can understand their idol. So therefore, they can make the rules. They can make what happens. They are the ruler. This is my God. I serve him. Even though it is a creation. Because trying to understand God is so unfathomable. We can't, our finite minds can't handle it. So we have to resort to what we can understand, what we can think is capable, or we think. That's why people don't believe in miracles. That's why people don't believe in wonders. That's why people don't listen to the signs, because they said, "I can't understand it. I can't comprehend it. I don't understand what you are saying." What? Have you ever been growing up and the teacher's trying to teach you math or English or whatever subject it is, and then you just bust out and you got to get sent to the principal's office? It's not because you're necessarily a bad kid. It's because you can't understand it. And so because it's beyond your comprehension, the only thing you can do is act out because you can't understand it. So the next time your kid is in trouble, it's the comprehension